Trump breaking news. Trump criticized for not mentioning Eric and Lara in victory speech. Following his quick win in Saturday's South Carolina Republican primary, Donald Trump was the target of online ridicule for a speech in which he omitted the names of two relatives, despite their presence on stage. After Saturday's 7 o'clock statewide polls closed, the Associated Press and CNN declared victory for GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump. During his triumphant victory address in her home state, Trump thanked the majority of his immediate family. He was celebrating the defeat of Republican opponent, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, while naming his wife, children, and their spouses. The former president omitted his son Eric Trump and daughter-in-law Lara Trump. As if reading from notes, for Trump, "May I have the pleasure of introducing some wonderful people was key. Why? Because they were there from the start, believing in our vision to make America great again. And they didn't waver when we made our announcement. That is their principle. They prioritize the United States. We're prioritizing the United States. Firstly, my loved ones, Melania, Barron, Don Jr., Kimberly, Ivanka, Jared, Tiffany, and Michael. All the way, they're encouraging. I'm incredibly grateful and love them for being so supportive of me. They're fantastic. What a wonderful family we have." The news outlet contacted Trump's team via email in an effort to acquire an interview or statement regarding the criticism the ex-president is receiving for seemingly omitting his son and daughter-in-law from his address. A spokesman for Trump, Steve Schum, responded on Saturday night, telling Newsweek they were up on stage with President Trump at his side as he crushed Nikki Birdbrain in her home state. Some of Trump's detractors were eager to point out that he singled out Trump's other children, while ignoring Eric and Lara. One of President Joe Biden's ex-formerly Twitter accounts, Bidenswins, tweeted a Trump speech excerpt in which the candidate was characterized as senile. Newsflash: Donald Trump's dementia has reached new heights as he reads off a note card and completely disregards to members of his own family. Eric and Lara Trump, Bidenswins announced on X, improved Trump's cognitive degeneration by retweeting this. Upon publishing, the post received over 5,200 likes, over 3,000 retweets, and over 134,000 views. The host of the progressive media outlet Midas Touch and Democratic strategist Elisa Marco wrote, "Trump just thanked all of his kids and their wives, except Eric and Lara Mao," in another X post. An X account named Sunny Resistor, which encourages people to #resist Trump, criticized the former president for what seemed like taking notes throughout his address and for continuing to leave out to members of his family. "Wow," Sunny Resistor remarked on X, to keep track of his relatives' names, he requires notes. Lara and Eric were still slipping his mind. Eric, how unfortunate. There was a lot of talk about Biden taking notes, yet he can recall the names of his family without them. Let's send Trump notes. Other users on X mocked the ex-president for utilizing notes, including Rachel Maddow, anchor of MSNBC and creator of the Maddow blog. Hold just a second. Did Donald Trump fail to notice that Eric and Lara are his relatives, despite the fact that he's reading their names from notes in front of him? Asked Maddow blog on X. After receiving boos from the audience, Trump went on to address Lara and Eric during his victory speech. Michael Woodley, the daughter-in-law of the president and the current head of the North Carolina Republican Party, has the support of the former president and is running for the position of chair of the Republican National Committee or NC. Incumbent chairwoman Ronna McDaniel offered to resign after losing Trump's favor, a position for which I never imagined I would run. But I also never imagined that our country would be in such dire straits. In her speech at this year's annual Conservative Political Action Conference, Lara addressed the former president's support for her as the next co-chair of the RNC.